We are born of spirit. We take Jesus as our guide, our way shower, our example, our way to live, our way to understand life. And therefore, what is true for Jesus is true or potentially true for all of us. And that powerful claim and understanding that I first realized when I came to Unity has really empowered me and supported me in empowering others that come to this movement that Unity is. So the divine potential that was Jesus is the same divine potential that is in all of us. And Jesus is described as being filled with the Holy Spirit even before he was born. This from the Gospel of Luke. And I believe that all of us are born of spirit. So in a recent talk that I gave at our Unity Maidenhead services, I talked a little bit about life being eternal and my views on this and my experience and understanding of this. And I want to share a little bit of the life journey as I understand it, experience it, and have really enabled me to realize more deeply that we are born of spirit. So I'm going to dive in and share it with you. And as we always say in Unity, take what works for you and leave the rest alone. So, before we are born, we are of spirit, limitless, eternal, conscious of ourselves, yet consciousness without form, experience, maybe understanding, maybe an overview of all that we are and all that life is. And at some point, being conscious, we choose to be born into these bodies, into physical form, to experience all the many colors and variations that this life brings us, a chance to really create and know ourselves as ourselves. So at some point before the baby is born, the soul enters the baby in the mother's womb and experiences sensations and vibrations, the warmth, the beating heart, being part of the mother, being one with the mother, feeling mostly safe and secure. And then, of course, we're born, often so traumatically, shockingly, out into the world full of light and sound and vibration and energy that we don't understand, but we soon realize we need to relate to, because all of a sudden we're not one with our mother, we're separate, and we need to make sense of the world around us and how we relate to the world. So as we grow up, we take on the belief systems of our families and our cultures. We want to fit in, not just survive, but be loved and be a necessary part of life, to contribute. So because of our experiences, we build belief systems, coping mechanisms. And these become so deeply embedded in us, we're not even aware that we have them. They become unconscious drives that become the way in which we relate to the world. Yet, all the way through this, we are still of spirit. The spirit is here with us in the midst. And all the way through our lives, we have the choice. Do we relate to spirit? Do we relate to our human physical form? And of course, for all of us, at some point, the body dies. It ends. And our life experiences in this body come to an end. But our soul is eternal. We are of spirit. The spirit goes on. And perhaps from our life experiences, we are wiser, kinder, more loving than we were before we arrived here on the planet. My message here is that instead of being so engaged in the physical body, in physical life, thinking this is all we are, is to, if you can, grasp hold of the idea that I am so much more than this. Jesus' message was this message, and he used the energy of spirit to heal, to teach, and we can do the same. We can take that energy and make it ours. So we are born of spirit. We are of spirit. We return to spirit because we never left spirit. We just for a while took on a body. But while we're in this body, what is your spirit asking you to know and do and be? That's a question for each one of us that is personal, intimate, and one for each of us to discover. But I invite you to inquire, what is Spirit calling you to know and do and be? Thank you for listening.